Hello everyone, welcome to Zaref Game Dev. In this video, we are going to create the functions for having the cells. Let's see what we are going to create first. I just woke up. Uh, so we are able to move our cells, and the next thing we need to do is when our cells collide with it, we need to change this orange color. So it was not an invalid move, so it changed the color. So the moves were changed and it currently doesn't have any move, so we are not able to do anything, and the animation state also changed. So what we need to do is the cell which is in the direction will check if both are of different color. I mean, now in the condition it will be of different color, and if it is of different color, then we'll change this cell's color to whatever our current color is. So let's see how we are going to do it. So in our current script, we have for the empty cell invalid for the same color and valid end position. So now we have both our cells, and our state is not going to change when it is valid, so we need one more condition, and this condition is going to be for our, what should we name this condition? The default condition? It's not the default condition. We just call it update the first collided cell. So this cell color is already going to be different, that's why the loop is going around here as we are checking for different colors here. And what we'll do is first we'll get uh, what our end color is. So update color is going to be our end clicked cell dot cell data dot color, and end clicked cell dot cell data dot color will change it to current clicked cell dot cell data dot color, and after that we'll update that cell's color. So it is going to be unclicked cell dot change color, and we are going to create this coroutine, and for now the value we are going to pass is 0f, which is our current state delay. We need also needed to change color when any of our other functions work, and after we have changed the color, we will decrease the current clicked cell data moves, and we will hmm, start the coroutine, which is going to be our update moves. So update moves is going to be for our current clicked cell dot update moves, and here we need to pass our delay, which is state delay, and I think we have update moves. Where is our update moves? So it should be inside our cell move to pause, but our update move that's not working, so it doesn't matter if we pass the value. And here our state delay, it's going to be constants dot data dot animation values dot animation time. So this is just going to change that color, and after our state delay is initialized, we are going to switch state after delay, and as it is a coroutine, we need to start this coroutine. And after that, we are going to do a check, but before doing the check, let's update our cell. So in our cell, we are passing our update mouse function and finally our change color function. So let's go inside our cell, and we have initialized cell, show circles, and inside the awake, let's add enumerator final. So it's going to be public enumerator, and this one is going to be change color, and it passes a parameter of float of delay. Now before changing the color, we'll wait for here return new, wait for seconds, and we'll wait for the delay amount of seconds, and after that, first thing we are going to do is set our back square dot game object dot set active to true. Whatever is the back square, we are going to set it to true, and we need to set the back square dot start color settings. We need to set this to, so inside our level we need a function to square, we need a function to set whatever's at the back at the front. So this should be state select square last function we are going to need, and this is going to be just public void start color settings, and here we'll pass the first thing, it is the color value if it needs to be changed, and finally a boolean which is going to check if it is out the front. So let's first get our color. Then our color is going to be, if we are at the front, then we'll get the color from the game manager dot instance dot get color, or maybe directly colors, and we'll pass our color value -1. So we need to see where our colors are. Instance dot color value -1. Don't forget to add -1 to it because its indexing is starting from 0. Else we'll just have it at whatever color it is. So if it is inside the back, it won't change the color, and we'll just set sr dot color to be color. And after that, sr dot sorting order is going to be, if we are at the front, then we'll check it to be constants dot values dot front, else it's going to be at the back. So it's going to set our starting condition, and the square is not going to have much, and our main menu manager is done, our level select, level dictionary, everything is done. So the only thing we need to check now, not check, we are just directly going to set it up. We already created the functions, and inside our cell for our change color enumerator, we will first pass the start color settings, and for the value we are going to pass the color value. Don't know where it is, and back is going to be at the front, so we'll pass the front to true. Cell data dot color. So whatever is at the cell data, we are going to pass the color, and after that front square is going to be at the back. So here doesn't matter whatever color we will pass, but it's going to be at the back. And after that, we'll first set our temp to be the front square. Front square is equals to back square, and our back square is going to be our temp. So now we have our front and the back setup, and what we are going to do is whatever is at the front, we are going to return the change color. Front square dot start animation, and it doesn't need any values, it's going to return for the values. And after that, whatever is at the back, it's going to back square dot game object dot set active is going to be true, I mean false. And after we have changed the color, it should have the color changed. So I think that should be it. And now let's go inside Unity and let's see if we are able to change the color. There were no problems anywhere, so let's go inside our first scene. And what error did it happen? Index was out of range and must be non-negative. Color value -1. Initialize square with the color. So what color value are we using? So let's just use the color value. I think change the color value, that's why it happened. So now if we hit play, we are able to change the color. So let's hit restart. The number of moves changed. So if we go inside our second level, it is changing the color. So it is working, but let's clear all of our debug.logs and let's see where our game manager needs to have. So we already know it is valid position. This one is also working. Now inside our color value, let's go inside Unity and inside our level. Stage 1, the color is 0 and the color is 1. So let's just directly use the color value as we are already indexing it from 0. So now our color is changing. Now what needs to happen is when our first cell's color changes, we should be able to like move in the outward direction and the current cell will change its neighboring cell's color. So we are going to use the breadth first search method here. So what it will do is uh, it will check its neighboring cell and it will check if we have already visited. Then if the condition is matched and if we are not visited, then we'll update the cell and we'll mark it visited. And if the condition does not match, then we'll just leave there and remove that cell from the current loop. And when I code, you can see how our breadth first search method is work here. So we have all the cells and we are able to calculate the moves and everything's working pretty much fine. So now let's hide our game methods. And finally, after our everything is working, what we need to do is create a method. I mean, we can directly do it inside here. So we are directly going to code the method here. So it is understandable that it is inside the game manager. So what first thing we'll do is first we'll create our neighbors. So we didn't create the variables to store our methods. So let's go inside variables and we are going to create a couple of variables. So the first variable we are going to need is a private list, and it's going to store our list of cells, and let's just call it neighbors. So these are all the cells for which we want its neighbor to be counted. So if it is a valid neighbor, then we'll add it inside this list. And next list is going to be new neighbors. So while counting, we will not directly change our neighbor script. We'll first create a copy of it inside our new neighbors, and after that we'll copy this new neighbor script inside our neighbors, and a private dictionary which goes from v2 int to boolean, so we can know which of them is visited. I mean, you can directly use our cell, but it's better to use v2 int so we can know which of the cell is visited, and we'll call it visited, and similarly we'll assign it here. And finally, for each of the directions, we'll create a private read-only list, and it's going to be a list of vector to integers, and we'll call it directions, and it is going to be a new with all of our directions. So the directions are going to be 1 0, which is the right, negative 1 0, which is going to be the left, and 0 and 1, which is going to be the up, and 0 and negative 1, which is going to be our down direction. So am I coding? Yeah, we are adding. So these are the variables which we are going to need. And after that, let's hide our variables, and our game objects are also not going to be needed anything. Now, after having our first collided cell updated, let's create a comment first, and we'll call it check for neighboring cells. So first what we'll do is new neighbors dot clear, then we'll do neighbors dot clear, and after that our visited is also going to be cleared because we need an clean one here. And inside our neighbors we'll add our end clicked cell, so which is going to be our first one. And what we are going to do is while, so do follow along, it's going to be a big loop, so it's going to have multiple intentions while our neighbors dot count is greater than 0. So till we have all of our neighbors, we will first clear our new neighbors, and after that for each of our a neighbor in our, let's just use foreign ties. Foreign ties equals to 0, I less than neighbors dot count, and I plus plus, and for int j is equals to 0, j less than directions dot count, j plus plus. So for each of the neighbors, we'll check if for the direction, the end clicked cell, it is going to be. So we have a neighbor, then we'll check if is valid position. So if the it is a valid position for our neighbors of I, dot current position plus directions of j. So if this one is a valid position, then we'll check the next condition. So it's going to be, first we'll get the n-clicked cell, so which is going to be inside our cell dictionary, and inside our cells dictionary we'll pass our position index, which is going to be what we used. So neighbors of I dot current pos plus directions of j. And after that we got the end clicked cell. We'll check if we have not visited. So visited dot contains key. If visited dot contains key, that means we are already visited, and we marked it true. So visited dot contains key. What key we need to send? So and click the cell dot current pause. So this is the key, as we have create the dictionary to go from the grid position to the cell data or wherever you want. So boolean. So it just checks. So boolean is the easiest to create, so it doesn't matter. So if we have not visited, then we'll check if our and click the cell dot current data cell data dot color is equals to our update color. So our update color was our end clicked cell color, which we created at the start. So it will check if our updated color was like green. So in all of the directions, whichever green is there, it will add that to our new neighbors. So we'll do and click the cell dot cell data dot color to be our current clicked cell dot cell data dot color, which is our, I mean, the new color it needs to change. And similarly we'll call the start coroutine, and the coroutine we are going to call is on the end clicked cell dot change color, and inside our change color we are going to pass the anim delay, which is going to be, where did we create it? We'll need to create it anim delay. So I mean we can pass the state delay and the animation delay. Hmm, hmm, hmm. So it's going to change color after a certain amount of time, and that amount of time is our state delay time. So after state delay was like, where did we create it? When we moved our and clicked the cell here, updated, it was animation time. So this animation is going to play when our first animation has done playing. And after that, we'll add new neighbors dot add, and we'll add our unclicked cell, and we'll set the visited for our unclicked cell dot current pause to true. We are just like using the dictionary for checking if it exists. And after that, for every neighbor we have done that, we will invoke update sound, which is going to be play update sound, and it's going to pass our state delay function. So mm, 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 at the start, our state delay is going to be, yeah, we'll need to play the sound here, and also at the start whenever we move the cell. So update the colliding cell. Hmm. This should be better. And we'll increase the state delay by new neighbors dot count is greater than 0. So if there are new neighbors, then we'll increase it by constants dot values dot animation time, else it's going to be 0. And after that, we'll clear our neighbors. So neighbors dot clear, and for each of our item in our new neighbors, we'll add it inside our neighbors. So neighbors dot add item, so it will copy each item individually inside our neighbors. Now after this while loop has done, what it will do is it will increase the state delay for each of the like radius. So first it was the starting animation time, then it will be 2 times the animation time. And whenever our neighbors are I mean uh, reinstantiated, or we are adding the new neighbors here, so in the first loop it is going to be the first immediate neighbor, then it will going to be our rest of the immediate neighbors, and it will be like uh, as a radial. So that's why it is called breadth first search. The one closest will be updated first, and it will loop till it has found all of the cells or the condition terminates. So we have almost, there is nothing much. And after we have updated, we also need to update the state delay. So which increase the state delay, and our state delay was also start coroutine switch state after delay. So here we are just delaying the state. So that should be it. And then we are just going to check for the end condition, which is just the winning or the losing condition. So let's go inside Unity. And to test this level, we'll need a different type of levels. So let's create a couple of levels first. So let's create the level 3. It has 4 different. So let's duplicate this level 2. We'll rename it to stage 1 under slash 3, and its name it's going to be 3. For the level 3, it's going to have 2 moves at 2 color at 0, 1. And next it has 0 moves color 6 at 2, 0. And next it has 0, 6 to 1. And finally it has 0, 6 to 2. So now if we play our third scene, maybe there will be errors, maybe there will be not. So let's play our third scene, and we have not added it inside our levels, so we need to add third scene inside our levels. And let's now play the third scene, and object reference not set to an instance of an object, get level for our current level name. So as you can see, and it worked. So there's the problem with our stage 1 3 3 cross 3 stage 1 cross 3. Win color was set to third, and inside our levels we added the third 1 1 1 2 and 1 3. Then why did it not work? So let's hit play, and that was just the default problem. So we are also not changing the title color to be the update color, so let's also change that. So it should be inside our Visual Studio, and I think we need a couple of moves more, so we'll create a few more levels, and our color is not changing, so let's hide our moves, and inside our spawner, at the end, title image dot color, are we getting the win color? I think maybe the win color is set to 0, that's why. 3 3, yeah, the win color is set to 0, it needs to set to 6. So it was changing the color, that was just error on my part. And let's go inside Unity, and if we hit the third level, so the win color was changing, but again we didn't set it to be correct color. So the color index wasn't 6, the index was 2. So now it's play, and let's set up our win color 1 and go inside our third level, and it is working. And to see if it is working correctly, let's create one more level and see if it does work for multiple moves. So we'll rename it to level 4, and we'll create almost 5 levels, and the current stage name is going to be level 4, and our cell data is going to be 333001. So it's going to be 3001, and 0310, 0310, and next we have 0221, and the last element is going to be removed. So this one is for the fourth stage, don't forget to add our fourth stage. And now we will play our fourth stage. So our previous stage was working correctly, so our fourth stage should also work. And let's play again. So the winning color is 2, we need to set it to 0, and let's play again. So now our game should be able to be finished. And let's add one more level, which is going to be our fifth level, and in the next game we are going to check for the win condition. So its stage name is going to be fifth, and it's going to be 3 cross 3, but the win color is going to be 3, and it's going to have couple more cells. So the first one is 3301, and next it has 0620, and next it has 0621, And why does it has 0621? We'll need to check. And next it has 21, it has to 0212, and the final element it's going to be 0222. So let's see how our fifth stage looks. So we'll add it as a scriptable object and we'll start playing the fifth stage and we'll change the data if it does not look how we wanted it to be. So yeah, it is, there was just one extra. So everything's working fine, and it is also, as you can see, our turn finished here, so we can play it again. So it is working fine, and that was the uh, animation using the breadth first search method. So that was it for this video, and see you guys in the next one.